You've seen him a bit, but Colin Hagstrom's going to take a lot more draws today because Will Lynch is out. And that's going to put the onus on this part of the game right here because Brady Wambach for North Carolina is one of the best in the country. It's a chance for Kavanaugh. Shoots. Save made by Colin Krieg. Chris Kavanaugh, boy, thought about it instead of skip past the Dobson. Kavanaugh with a little jab step inside. Look at the quick ball movement here.
So patient.
Shot score! Patience pays off.
I don't know how to describe that offensive set other than it was perfect. How patient they were. Right there, a tendency is to maybe take an extra step and force a shot there when you get engaged by a defenseman, but Chris Kavanaugh takes the extra step. McLean backs out to space and gets his hands free.
The Georgetown first month of the season.
Look, I think you're talking 20-plus saves in the cage and 80% of the face-off X, which are just daunting numbers to think about.
They've got the personnel to possibly do it, though. Scores! So Carolina gets on the board with Harry Welford. Like Coach said, he's going to see more time. Will he make the most of his opportunity? He's off to a good start here.
And just a nice job off of ball movement, using his body and his big frame to get his first of the year. Right here, just lower the shoulder, and then look at that separation.
Slide comes to Pat, so he has the shorty on him. Tried to get it in front. Eventually picked up by Angrick, who takes the shot. And Krieg was all over it. Faison loses it initially. Now it's on the carpet. Pat Kavanaugh in there. It's usually where he's so good. Frankenheimer, though, comes out of there with it. Big battle for it. Striano wants to get it. It's North Carolina's ball. Toman. He shovels one. That's not going to be an Ensman, though. This may be a quick out.
Who to get on the field.
Kavanaugh. Back to his brother. Pat. Oh, reaches the fan and scores.
And his ability to utilize that pick just causes all kind of chaos. And they're just so simple in the finish. Left hand sweep.
McGovern working on a shorty. Now he rolls back. Slide comes. Closes the door. Carolina's got to move it quickly here to Matt. Back to his right. Shoots, scores! Nifty move by James Madden.
Gets his 11th of the season, and right here, look at Conley with the overhead check. Actually a good check, but Madden with the strong wrists, able to maintain possession. The backhanded low to high shot near side. North Carolina hanging in here.
And Wambach giving him a chance. Petramala that time with the shot. And he scores!
Through the net.
Let's see if we can see it in slow-mo. First off, the face-off win by Wambach.
And nice recognition to get to your best outside shooter on the side there. Nope, just off the top bar near side. We'll get a good look here.
Had a little English on it as it dropped. Yeah, bounced between the two pipes and in.
And never can get taken out of a game where we've seen O'Neal against big matchups, big physical defensemen maybe not have the impact, and Schellenberger kind of similar. But the thing, like in that top 10, Matt Brandow from Yale is not even on the top 10.
Right.
And he's averaging 9 points a game. Like, it's the greatest draft by far, top to bottom, for pro lacrosse. Hey, I'm going to take a step back, slow it down, realize we have a 60 to 80 second shot clock. Let's make this defense work, and we know we're going to get a good opportunity.
Dobson again. Goes back to his left. There was the slide that time. Helped out, prevented him from taking the shot. Inside. Face on. Beautifully. Finishes for the Irish.
The freshman gets his 16th of the year. Right, it's that pass to Dobson to Kavanaugh that most people aren't making. Right? You have a little bit more time than you think. Right here. Perfect offense, patient offense. But again, I did like that set from North Carolina. A couple nice ball movements. You get Dewey Egan, a former attackman, matched up against a short stick. It's a good time to go.
he goes up to get it. Now he's out of the cage trying to track down the ground ball.
The least well, which is throw passes with his offhand. And so it's an interesting approach for North Carolina that so far I like. Passing with your offhand on skip passes, I think, is by far the hardest skill set to master.
Shooting on the run is pretty hard too, like that.
But 25 pounds lighter. Yeah. But again, right here, nice job sweeping to the middle of the field. Again, I think North Carolina's okay with him taking that shot, but the placement was perfect. To the far post, blows it by Krieg.
Tillman. Still 30 seconds on the shot clock as Tillman swims past his man. Tried to force it inside. McGovern this time scores!
The tried and true Sladink. Right here, the loose ball. And look at the bounce on that. Right in front of his feet. The same motion as the elevator shot, but just bounces it.
You'll see Jalen Seymour out there.
In Notre Dame,
that was trouble.
If I'm them, offensively they do this pretty consistently. It's get Pat Cavanaugh in the two-man pick game behind. And better than anyone in the country, he takes the extra step, right? So this is the two-man. And now look, Tolman's coming from the other side of the cage. He then has the whole backside to attack, right? You can see the advantage is there. It's over. And then he takes that extra step in the creativity, the second backhanded goal that we've seen.
Notre Dame close defenseman, number 90 in white.
I mean, he doesn't need a stick to play, right? Like, he's not like the defenseman running around throwing checks. He's such a good athlete.
Petramala, he tried a little twister, but Enseman was up to the task. In the only loss suffered by Notre Dame this year on this field early in the year, keep the scoring down, keep the pace down, limit those helter-skelter plays in the middle of the field that come back to haunt you like that one might be, but North Carolina still has possession, but it's not in the books yet. And a ground ball for Chris Cavanaugh in the middle of the field, that, like we've seen so many times, to get possession. The shorty on him momentarily, and then the slide. Cavanaugh in front, scores. Found the cutter, Devin McLean, and he beats Krieg.
Dobson, so I was trying to figure out where was that short stick opportunity for Notre Dame. And it was McLean on the back end. You can see English right there trailing behind him. Got lost, and then you see him enter the picture right there. The subtle pick by Taylor. The perfectly timed cut. The perfect touch pass. And you can hear Coach Petramala there wanting North Carolina to extend out at X to take away Pat Cavanaugh as the outlet man.
Wow, there's a lot on that shot. McLean, hat trick.
He could get it on cage, let alone in the back of the net with Krieg. And we can see the release and just hear it ping the near side high post. Let's get a good look here. In and out of his stick. Dame's so good at applying and clamping down from a pressure perspective. Look, this is make or break offensive possession for North Carolina. They need to move this ball here. They're going to have an up.
Cavanaugh over the shoulder. Taylor tries to stay out of the crease. He got hammered. Tolman laid him out. No flag. Let's take a look at it.
You're going to see he runs into his own player.
No, it was Tolman just laid him out.
But is that he's at his waist level, right? He's falling to the ground.
It's almost like there's nothing Tolman could do about it. He didn't extend the arms. I don't even think he hit him high, even though Taylor was so low.
I think that's the right call. Unfortunately, Taylor takes the hit.
As the veteran Geppert on him. Pat Cavanaugh on a shorty. Extra pass. Chris Cavanaugh beats Krieg anyway.
becoming ever more important right there. Look, all North Carolina slowing to Pat Cavanaugh. Creates the skip, and then his brother.
Great to see Taylor back in the game after he was shaken up a bit moments ago. So Taylor has been robbed by a pipe, and Krieg stoned him once right on the doorstep. He'll be undeterred, as are the Irish. Bryce Walker extends Notre Dame's lead.
Team of the country plays team offense again. It's this.
And we made such a big deal about how North Carolina was a perfect 12 for 12 clearing the ball in the first half, just 2 for 4 here in the second. And that goal, the direct result of a Pat Cavanaugh ride, and Entenmann swallows that shot up easily. The only time that Notre Dame Cavanaugh scores!
Again, there's that Dobson down the side to X. And now Cavanaugh is stepping away. Chris Cavanaugh stepping away from where the slide. Just always sending that pick man to Pat Cavanaugh. Look at that, that's 2 in a row. Notre Dame does that better than any team in the country.
And everyone's eating, including Riley Gray.
Parts in the field as Riley Gray right here. I mean, just gets his 8th of the year. But look, when he gets through here, there's no slide now that can engage him quick enough because all the attention that Pat Cavanaugh garners. To be patient offensively and just make the defense work, because you know you can't keep up with them because it never turns off.
McGovern shoots, scores.
They've had in almost a half. Right here, a nice 2-man game. McGovern fills space nicely. Right hand, high to low, bounce shot.
You've got enough on your hands with the kids. Look at Entenmann coming out to get it. Now he's in trouble, though. North Carolina picks it back up. Petramala. Matt. Question mark, hits the pipe. And foul. Belfort scores. So 2 in a row for the Heels.
There's teams when seasons aren't going the way you want them to go, there's just no energy, right? And they're kind of checked out. Not this Tar Heels team. The bench just went nuts as they got this goal here. And look, they've had good recruiting classes. Some of the players maybe haven't panned out like they hoped. They've got a generational type player, Owen Duffy, assuming his health is good. So they have the opportunity to right the ship. And Cormier, Schellenberger, yes. Cole Kastner.
It's like a new era in the ACC though, in many respects next season.
Teams are still loaded, but it's going to be kind of more wide open.
Dobson. Every game, it's just a matter of time before he lights the wicket.
For what he can do on the run as a shooter, 90% of college minis sweeping to the middle or pulling that low. High to low, down to the far post. When you keep it on the top.
That's the tall Riley Gray. Feed inside, look at that, found his brother. Now Krieg couldn't find it initially, but was able to pounce on it.
You have the feeder up top in Pat Cavanaugh, a great wing shooter in Chris Cavanaugh. McLean can shoot it from the low wings. Dobson's your stretch.
And there you go. 5-0 in white. Makes it 2 for 2 man up on the day for Notre Dame.
Where that becomes even more relevant is in the NCAA tournament. Based on how Pat Cavanaugh plays, he's reckless.
They're going to retire Paul Gates, number 19, in the rafters at Syracuse. Maryland and Hopkins coming up after that Virginia game on ESPNU. Entenmann makes a 6th save. He was running to check out of the game moments ago, and then he loses it as he got stripped by Petramala, but gets it back. He stayed in to make one of his best saves of the day, maybe his best save of the entire day. Said, don't pull me out yet, Coach. I got one more great save in me. Now he's coming to the sideline. The Irish score, and it's Richard Delly putting it in the back of the net for Richard Delly. And the Irish have outscored North Carolina 9-2. Maybe it's because I'm combining Tommy Lee and Mick Mars.
I think that's probably where you went.
That's my thinking on that. Yeah, I'm sure you were in agreement on that. Final seconds ticking down here at Arlotta. And the fans show their appreciation on this chilly but sun-splashed afternoon.